Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dark Souls. Just getting a few last things set up. Y'all should be able to see. Oh, gonna get rid of an echo. Okay, I should fix the echo. Sorry about that. We had a bit of an echo. We're gonna do just a little bit of just a few things here. Ooh, getting a mess with my desk. Sorry. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays, whatever it is you celebrate. You do you. Happy Yule. Merry Hogswatch. Nope. Hogswatch. Hogswatch? I think it is Hogswatch. I want to say Hogs Night, but I think it's Hogswatch. I just watched the Hogswatch. The Hogfather. I just can't remember the name of the night. Anyway, great Christmas movie. Recommend it. We are here with a bit more Dark Souls stream. As the title suggests, we are lost as can be. As lost as absolutely can be. The speaker sound's going to be out for a little bit. I'm just making a couple adjustments. I'm aware the game audio's gone. I will get it fixed as soon as possible. I do promise. I am aware of these things. I am just going to do a little bit of I don't know what I'm sorry guys. Just getting a few last little things set up. I went live a little bit faster than I was expecting myself to do. I'm like, I'll give myself a second, and then I'm like, oh, we're going live right now, that's fine. And then I accidentally clicked onto the starting live screen a little bit before I was ready, so I didn't want to have to go back to the starting soon screen. So we're just getting those last few things set up. We'll see if we have anyone trickle in while you get to stare at my ever so lovely character screen. And for those of you who are wondering, I did in fact wipe it. I deleted it was a little bit painful at first, but I didn't have too terrible much attachment to them. So I deleted every single Dark Souls character I had before I started streaming this game. Just because I wanted a bit of a clean slate to come in for you guys. Anyway. Ooh, my goodness. I'm hurrying. I'm just making a quick little post on one of the Discords that I'm on, which I usually forget to do, but I'm like, I'm already here. Let's give that a go. See what we end up with. Okay. And get my chat pulled up if it's going to. And it is! Perfect! I'm going to be entirely honest as we kind of launch into this game. I don't remember where we need to go. So we're just going to keep doing what we were doing, which is try to find the shortcut. Is that where we need to go? I don't believe so. 1 second, my headset's being a little bit weird. This is a really good mic. There we go. But it's got a little bit of a short in the volume wheel. So it just loves to kind of get better things. We got a nice orange glow coming from that lava, illuminating me, making me look all peachy. Also, I'm going to apologize right now. I know I don't have the prettiest shiny white teeth, but I had curry, and my teeth have been, and my mouth, I've had a lot of candy today, so if I got any weird colors, you notice, like if my tongue's green, it's called Now and Laters. I didn't know this, but they will color your tongue like no candy will, and those two are stuck together. They have become one now and later. Anyway. So yeah. We got all sorts. I brushed my teeth after curry, but I noticed that my teeth are just really yellow today from it. Very random thing to say to y'all, but I'm in a bit of a random mood. And I will actually stand by that actually being genuinely, I remember where we're going, genuinely random. People like to use random incorrectly. And I also have a pet peeve of that. So if that wasn't random and you disagree with me, see the word there. Sorry about that. Let's get around behind him. We gotta get the clinky clacks. There we go. Look at that. Getting somewhere. As you can tell, I'd recently died before we wrapped up the last stream. It was a decent stream. We killed Pinwell. It was a very short one. Kind of considered it the short stream to make up for the last two Dark Souls streams that went really long. But Ornstein and Smog will do that to you. Yeah, but last stream we beat this little ambusher and we beat whatever their face is. Pinwheel, easiest boss in the game. And then decided, nope, not gonna do two Magiants. Would that work if I jumped down there? I'm really tempted to try. This may have been the worst idea I've had. That's a bonfire. Okay. So you ain't a friend. Are you weak to fire? Not really. But that is doing something. And here's the thing. It might not be doing a lot, but I have a lot of it. Dark Souls is like 2% good tactics, 90% cheese. There we go. Except this bonfire ain't gonna give me my full, nice everythings. Okay. Let's see though. How many? Wrong one. How many humanity? I have one humanity. So not enough humanity. It doesn't come with enough humanity to kindle. That's okay. You gonna come to life? Maybe. How about you? Maybe. I hear. Am I gonna have to deal with all the Capra demons still? If I have to deal with all the Capra demons still, this place isn't worth it. But if they actually are... If they actually don't come down here, that's became a very worthwhile shortcut. My audio sounds very loud. I shouldn't have used an Essus there. Oh. That's the one. My audio sounds very loud to me. It could just be my headset working properly today. But if it's loud for you too, let me know. I can do some adjustments. Trying to get safely down to my souls. Because I had a decent amount there. Nope. No, I didn't. I had like no souls. Did take him out though. Or did I get a ton of souls? I can't tell if I got like no souls for that or a ton of souls. It's another one of those guys. Got a Capra demon down there. Let's hold on to some of these. I feel like demons are one of the worst things to use them against. I could be wrong about that. I feel like the shortcut's this way. I know it's before we get to the fire sage. which case, good play. Because I don't know if they respawn. The ones up top didn't respawn. But I wouldn't be surprised if these ones respawn. Only time will tell. I'm drinking Diet Pepsi today, by the way. Not a sponsor. Obviously, I have one viewer. I think we can all assume I don't got any sponsors. And that one viewer is probably me. But we're here, and we're drinking some Diet Pepsi, just because it's nice. It's what came with my dinner. I got a little bit of money for Christmas from my parents. Treated myself to some really cheap chicken. Peri-peri chicken. Pretty good. I saw the name Peri-peri, and I'm like, I don't know if I've had this before. But I think I've had this before. Green tie and a shirt. And I'm like, it sounds kind of fun and good. And it was actually really good. I'd definitely get peri-peri seasoning again. I will say it was just a good spice blend, but it wasn't necessarily from some culinary perspective. This good spice blend. It didn't necessarily feel too unique, though. I've had many very similar spice blends in my years. All about sneaking behind. I didn't expect either yesterday or today's stream to be very big. And they, by the way, it looks like they did respawn. We did find that out. Oh, come on, I rolled. Okay, now that was cheap. This is one thing I hate about stairs. Okay, wait a minute, it doesn't matter. First off, I'm gonna take a step back, because I'm actually not mad. Souls or whatever, I don't care that I lost them. I'm not mad or frustrated. That was a cheap shot, though. And this is something that kind of happens in Dark Souls. Avoid stairs. It messes with the hit area. And it kind of really, it's a really good way to narrow your hit area, which is not a good thing in Dark Souls. By the way, I'm also gonna say this. Anyone who's watching this on VOD, hello. But I want to say this right now too, because I'm just talking about this. Part of the reason why I'm streaming is because I want there to be a place for others to go on Christmas. And I don't stream because I want massive viewers to get famous or anything like that. I do it because, hey, it makes sure I'm playing video games, which is something that I constantly do. It's one of the few things that rewinds me. And a very easy thing to relax myself that I just am doing. Got him. We were playing with fire there. Not literally, because we literally can't play with fire, but metaphorically, we were playing with some fire there. There too. Tensed up a little bit because I wasn't sure if I'd pull that off. It's a bit of a, probably a bit of just not smart play. I feel like this is the way I need to go for the shortcut. I could be wrong, but something about this feels familiar. Oh. Oh my goodness. Drinking Estus, because that was luck. There's a little gap right there, and it might not look like much, but I very well could have fallen off that gap. We would have haven't been doing another corpse run. No. Piss off, worm. time for your worldly antics. Should just get fireball. That's kind of my bad. I thought maybe save a fireball. Oh, now I'm paranoid. This is how the game gets you. Character design wise, 10 out of 10. Look at this. We got little legsy boys. I actually really like them. They seem like friends. Are there holes in the ceiling that make these guys easier to see? I don't think I got enough fireballs to make it through. But where there's a will, there's a way. Everyone who's watching this. And I wasted one. I forgot to check. I did not. Oh, okay. That is good. I did not check, however, if that was Mimic or not first. So I'm very lucky. Now, how do I get back? Is this shortcut? They're roots. I know the shortcut involved something about roots. Where are all my Dark Souls viewers? Miss you all. Actually, it's a good thing that none of you are here. I hope that means you're having a wonderful Christmas. As I always say, or not always say, but I probably should say more, my streams aren't important. I do them for fun. I do them for me. I do them because I want to, and that's what they are. It's totally cool. If you're not here, that's probably because you're out in the real world enjoying it. And that's a good place to be. You know, go out there, do your best, have fun, meet people. It's COVID, so actually maybe stay at home, but when it's not COVID, go out there and such. And while it is COVID, find the chance to do what you can, the things you love, the people you love, do stuff with them. Those are close to you. Video call, video game, watch movies. Watch the same movie and then Discord each other about it or Skype about it, whatever it is you want to do. Do stuff like that. You know? My mind says, yeah, that's about safe. And my mind also says, you're gonna die. It's like a vulnerable spot. Blocking does nothing. So let's two-hand it. Okay, you have a very strategic backhand, I see. Okay, I think that's probably how you're supposed to do it the first time, too. But I feel achieved. I got something for that. Oh, wait a minute. Shortcut under the bridge, follow the routes. Someone else coming this way? Is it down here? there a safe way to get down there? Hello, YouTube. Perfect. Shout out to Dream for convincing me to switch to this sword. They were awesome. They came and talked. They came into our stream the other day. Kind of had a good talk. Kind of convinced me to not do all the less than good things I was doing. Hi, Cactus. Follow the roots. I got it. This place. I got it. I got what it meant to follow the roots. I know where this is. So here's our little chaos bugs. Oh, this couldn't have gone better. I found exactly what I was looking for. This is turning into a fight stream. I don't really need it anyway. This sword is as upgraded as it gets. Yep, here's a shortcut to Los Azalet. Isn't this where... Is it this? Yeah, the Sunlight Maggot. I don't know if I need to come back here to save Solaire. But now that I got the Sunlight Maggot, I think we're good. You know, I'll just kind of do a quick little double check, just because I don't want to spoiler myself, but there's no one here in chat, and I want to make sure that we save Solaire. Because I just don't want to lose him, man. He's one of the few good people in this game. Kinda. He kind of becomes... Yeah. We all have bad. Dark Souls is a game with lots of sadness, but... I need the help on the last boss, at the very least. Okay. Okay. Just says that we need to kill all 9 of them and then the Bed of Chaos. I didn't count. If you counted, please let me know. Okay. Do I head on to the Bed of Chaos? A lot of souls, so maybe. Bed of Chaos ain't gonna mean, fireballing can have a chance to better chaos anyway. It's not really a reason why we shouldn't. 1, 2, 3. Count bodies. We just count bodies now, aren't we? Let's go over and make sure that I count them all. Okay. If I count at least 9, we know we're good. They actually stick out a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6. That was most certainly not 9. And we got him up there. Okay. I mean, there's definitely no more of them in this tunnel. 4, 5, 6. Oh boy. I have no idea. See, they still move, they do move. So 1. We'll kick them each to make sure. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. I don't know. I think because we got the sunlight maggot, he's safe, but... Oh, we died either way. 9,000 souls. Yeah, it's not worth it. We're just gonna head back to Firelink, head over to Snugglies, get ourselves the ring, go talk to the Chaos Switch, and then go try to get back to the Chaos again. That's our plan. Why? Because we can warp. Might as well warp. First off... Oh, actually, never mind. That was a bad idea. We gotta go to Firelink first. I want to talk to her. We are going to abandon her covenant. We are going to abandon her covenant to join the Sunlight Covenant. But I want to talk to her first while we're still in her covenant. Part of the reason why, and this is one, like, I'm usually more of a lore guy than a gameplay-wise guy. But there's just nothing really for us to stay in her covenant anymore. Once I've spoken to her. Now he's taken off. Give you crap for souls, but I don't need to. Yep, I remember. I was doing this whole, like, how do I get ring? And then I'm like, oh yes. That's good. I'm not sure I killed 9 of them. Here's the thing. If they don't respawn when we go back there, we'll know we got them. If they do respawn, I'll be sure to count better this time. Either way, we'll know that Solaire's safe. So thank you, Titanite Demon, for killing me. Whew, that is an odd thing that's happened there. Okay. Well, I getting notified about, y'all? Just normal emails. Don't know. That's an older song. I don't know if it will flag for DMCA or not. It's the problem with I know like several old Irish songs, and none of them should be copyrighted because they're old folk songs, the kind that everyone had a variation of from before copyright was a thing. But then at the same time, you get someone like Warner Music who gets their little hands on it, and it's copyright. There's other songs that I know are copyright that I like to sing. Like when I'm playing this, I'm just, are we human? Or are we dancers? Pops into my head every time. Oh my goodness! Jerks. There we go. Should I explore around here a bit? Maybe.
You, give me warm, give me soft.
Soft, shiny. Where is the sunlight maggot? It's a helmet. I remember that. Then they do this. And then we log back in. And it's magically just... You don't get things like this anymore. And part of the reason why is because, you know, logging in and out is kind of...
You, give me.
The old witch's ring. Which... I know what it does. Seance ring's actually not too bad too if you're playing a sorcerer, but I'm not. I'm playing a pyromancer who obviously has magic. I think pyromancy is the dump stat of any melee. No. We'll come back here. Oh, and by the way, I am gonna shortcut around Fire Sage. I do think I'll go back and fight him just for the souls alone, potentially. Like, I'm not gonna do every optional boss in this playthrough, but I'm not necessarily going to do straight line. I'll go get items that I want. I'll go kill a boss for souls, even if they're optional. Because technically, you bypass both, I think, the Centipede Demon and the Fire Sage through the shortcut, which is why it's a shortcut. But the only reason I'm doing the shortcut is to save some there. Sorry, by the way, if I'm not a good singer. I just do it. pass the time. No one here is to talk to. So we sing ourselves. Hopefully it's bearable for y'all. That's the one I want. Which I've reinforced this bonfire for no logical reason. But it does make it good if I'm like popping around. So here's why. Because I can rest here. I got my 15 souls. The other, kindling the other one was absolutely pointless. And an impulse decision. But it only cost me a single humanity, so it's not like the end of the world. Okay, make sure not to unequip this one. But we are going to equip that.
Quayla, my dear sister.
In the fields.
Quayla, what is it? Quayla, my dear sister. The eggs, it hurts. They've gone still. I am afraid it may be too late. I am so sorry, dear sister.
Oh, seriously? 2 bugs. You know what? You're gonna kind of come into my stream, and you're gonna try to drop your links. The 2 of you have about 30 seconds, if you are real people, to apologize for just coming in randomly posting links. Want to become famous? Yep. It caught both of you. Yep. Both of them are bots. Guess what, you 2 bots? I don't like that. That really annoys me. We're having a heartfelt moment with Quelaag, and you 2 come in here. Guess what? You got yourselves banned, bots. You got yourselves banned. Oh, it's not gonna let me do it from here. We got it from here. Boop. Boop. I don't do that. You know, normally I'll let a bot slide, but double botting me in the middle of this, talking to the fair lady, this bot's needed to get banned. Let's get back to the fields.
I'll be fine. I have you, dear sister. But promise me that you will take care of yourself.
I'm not gonna cry on the screen.
I'll be, but that you.
For context, and this is mostly for those of you watching the VOD, because I don't think we have any other live viewers right now.
Quayla, do be safe.
Quelaag is the demon that you have to fight and kill to get her. And after, when you're finally able to talk to her, which we just got for the first time, you realize that Quelaag only attacked people to keep the sister alive.
Oh my, don't mind me. It does not hurt terribly.
And it's probably one of the most just, I don't know what it is about this story in particular, but it was this story as part of what made me love Dark Souls and love the lore and the world building. The fact that there's this relatively obscure character, like, think about it, it's a boss that you kill, and then you find a weakened, sick version of her that you can't even speak to. And it doesn't address it at all in the game. You don't know what's happening. And if you don't have that ring, this is just, you entirely miss this story. But then you talk to them, you read the item descriptions, you look into the game a little bit, you find the ring that lets you talk to her, you read other item descriptions that might not be directly linked to them. And their story is buried and hidden. And it's one of those first times where it really just emphasizes a central point of Dark Souls, is that no one in this game is evil. Really. There is no evil person in Dark Souls. Except maybe Lothric. But even then, the worst people you can kind of... is that whole entire madness thing. It's a real heavy hitter in terms of... it's incredibly difficult. It's very easy to judge an actions as good or evil. It is incredibly difficult to then call a person good or evil. Because a good person can do horrible things for what the good person feels are right reasons, and a horrible person, someone arguably horrible, who has no good intentions, can do good things for whatever reason. And they can even do good things with bad intentions. Just look at, like, any American corporation's PR department. That's what it is. It's doing good things for bad intentions, more or less. And you get this in Dark Souls, where almost every villain at one point was a hero, or was the hero of their own story, before something happened. They failed, or they went wrong, or they lost their mind, or they went too far. It's this concept of fall. And your character isn't better than any of them. And it's what makes this game stand out, is that there really isn't a good guy.
Goodbye, Quaalude. Do be safe.
Not even you. Hope those of you watching the VOD got to enjoy that little tangent rant. Okay, let's see what we got here. Firelink, Sunlight, All Honor. We are going to go to the Sunlight Altar. And let's get ourselves... let's go join the Sunlight Covenant. To help people. Solaire!
Oh, hello there. Forgive me. I was just pondering about my poor fortune. I did not find my own son, not in Anor Londo, nor in Twilight Blighttown. Where else might my son be? Lost Izalith? Or the tomb of the Grave Lord? But I cannot give up. I became undead to pursue this. But when I peer at the sun up above, it occurs to me, what if I am seen as a laughingstock? As a blind fool without reason? Well, I suppose they wouldn't be far off. Oh, hello there. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
If only we all could, Solaire. Something else. Another little shout out to the game. Solaire's body type. Look at this. You know? He's not out of shape, but he's a little bit of a thicker boy. You know? Got just a little bit of that broadness, and part of that could be the armor, but it's not this horrifically malformed. They love to make everyone a bodybuilder in video
hello
games.
There. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, if only...
Anyway. Is this... am I seriously not meeting the minimum requirements? Have I not killed enough bosses? Well, I guess we're staying in the Chaos Covenant longer, because it's not letting me join that one. That's fine. We'll most certainly probably join the Sunlight Covenant in Dark Souls 2, because it's very easy to join in that one. Thinking about joining the Dragon Covenant for Dark Souls 3. And not just because I like dragons, but because I like Chaos, and might even try some PvP when we get to it. because that's going to be my first playthrough of Dark Souls 3. So once we get to Dark Souls 3, it's going to be a little bit more of a binge. And debatable first playthrough. I have played into that game a little bit. I've just never beaten it. So yeah. I have played the most of Dark Souls 2. But hands down. So that's where we're going to get into a lot more of my familiar territory. Dark Souls 1 I've played through. It's been, 6 years as I've mentioned, so it's a little bit unfamiliar territory. Okay. If anyone's watching, speak now, because we're going to go to one of two places, and I'm going to let you choose. We're either going to go to the Undead Parish, or the Undead Asylum, and do some poking around the Undead Asylum, for funds. Or we're going to go through the Lost Izalith shortcut, and go try to kill the Bed of Chaos, just to make sure that Solaire doesn't die. I'm leaning towards that one. So I'm actually going to head to the Daughter of Chaos. But speak now, forever hold your peace. I will go, we will enter another place. If you are watching and wish to point me in the right direction. I don't know what happened, but it's saying I got 3 viewers now, so I'll get a shout out to that. That means that I know it's not just myself anymore. My average viewership. And good thing, in a good way, my average viewership is going to be a little bit lower today. And that makes me smile, because it means that y'all are doing things. Like you're out there, you're out doing Christmas, enjoying it with your family, hopefully in as COVID conscious of a place as you can be. And whatever that means to you, just be careful. Like, my wife personally has to, a little bit about our situation, which I touch on every once in a while, and I talk about this. I'm in Massachusetts, my wife's in Utah. One of the things about that is that my wife technically we'll put it this way, she's okay, like she has a place to stay, but doesn't necessarily have a home. We're kind of in that arguable state where neither of us necessarily have a home. I'm kind of renting out a bedroom in an apartment in Massachusetts. And, like, it's a place to stay. It's not home. My family's not here. So we're not houseless, but we're kind of a little bit homeless. So she's been staying with family. But because she can't stay at my parents' where she spends most of her time constantly. So she has to kind of switch between my parents' house and her parents' house as to where her and the kids live, and they have to switch back and forth every so often. Which is a shout out for her for being amazing to do that. So yeah, they kind of have to bounce between residences. So, and then kind of with Christmas coming around, she has to stay at both residences anyway. So she's visited both for Christmas, and the other connected ones, like she visited her grandparents, who are amazing people because, well, they were already seeing each other semi-regularly because her mom's part of one of their caretakers. It's one of that knowing your extended bubble things. So I'm not going to judge you, if you go out there and you say hi, just be as COVID conscious as you can in your situation. That's all I really ask. Do what you can to be as COVID conscious as possible. And whatever that means for your family. And obviously when I say whatever that means for you and your family, that doesn't mean, well, I'm going to break all the rules because it's inconvenient. I mean, it's going to be inconvenient for all of us. But do what you can in your situation as much as possible. Someone who's homeless can't shelter at home, can they? And that's why homelessness is a problem that we should take more seriously. There's lots of things like that. If left to my own devices, apparently we greatly increase the chances of me getting on a political ramp. I kind of want to do a stream sometime where I do actually talk my personal political opinions. I try to keep the stream a little bit apolitical, but I have thoughts, and I don't mind sharing them. I just try not to share them on stream so it's not overwhelming. I want stream to be as welcoming and opening community. But I do have my thoughts and my opinions, and I really do, you know, I want people to be educated on what's happening. It's very easy, as tech-savvy as today's society is, to know literally nothing about what's happening in the world around you. I want people to be aware of that. Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye, I say hello. Sorry for that. Just like a thought process of mine I've had for a little bit is like, I wouldn't mind having a little bit of a political stream, but I want it to be in the right context. Okay. Eminent Boss, yeah, that's the Fire Sage. And to clarify, I don't want to have a stream where I talk politics because I think I'm a genius and right about everything. Which I probably do more than most people do. It's one of my flaws, is thinking that I'm right about everything. The real reason I want to do it is just to talk about it, because I've gotten a surprisingly amount of questions, just a couple of them. I don't have, but what blows me away is they're usually not people who follow my channel, or I don't recognize them by name. They're looking, they basically reach out and I'll get these little messages, and I think it's just because I'm a family-friendly streamer. I'm not sure if any other family-friendly streamers have this. It might also be I'm married with kids, family-friendly streamer with a beard. Let's be real, most bearded married men from Utah. I don't know. There's a type of person that I am not that I think I might get confused as for aesthetic and background information. That's neither here nor there. Man, I got a kink in my back. It's been there for a bit. Just doesn't want to go away. Anyone knows any good advice for back kinks? Let me know. And that's, you know, a niche in your back, not anything else. Family-friendly stream. I'm rambling to myself. Okay, we count this time. One. 2. 3. 4. There should be another 5. 5. 6. 7. 8. Here's the thing. Did it drop what I think it did? There's the Titanite. So I know I got 8 of them. Is there not a 9th because I already got the Sunlight Maggot? Sorry for the jauntiness. I'm trying to see if I like lock onto anything. Like if any of them are like hiding on the edges. But we'll continue onward. I don't feel like I lost any, but death ahead. Yeah, a little bit. It's okay. I think we're gonna try it this way. That was bad. Where is it? There it is. Oh, I dodge rolled. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not the one who controls the game. That is what it is. This feels like a bit of a harsh throwback, but that's fine. I'm gonna try to do dash run. You know? There's like 50 of these guys. I don't think any of them should be too hard to run by. And maybe him. I'm gonna try to grab this item. Oh my goodness. Panic laughter. Panic laughter. Dead. I died. I got a Soul of a Brave Warrior. Was it worth the... I guess it was a very brave move. So it was aptly named. I'm pretty sure that wasn't worth the 13... whatever souls I lost. But here's the thing now. No pressure now. I can just run in, no problem. Like... This is always the thing. Death in Dark Souls is liberating. It really is. If you die, you got less to worry about. Only applies to Dark Souls. There we go. I don't think they'll follow me here, but even if they did, it wouldn't end well for them, probably. I should be able to. This is what I want. Another Soul of a Brave Warrior, not bad. Okay. Ready for counting again? Is this a path up here? It is. There is literally a path. So that you don't have to do the fall damage thing. Oh, the more you know. Bat King's kicking in again. Sorry, guys. We're out of Diet Pepsi. Probably drink too many of those. Let's do a little bit of an uptime check, see how long we've been streaming. Because it takes me less to type this out on my phone than it does to Alt-Tab to check. Oh, an hour. There we go. About exactly. We'll keep going for about another hour then. See where that puts us. Okay. So welcome back to Count with the Dog. 1 bug. 2 bugs. 3, 4 bugs. 5 bugs. 6 bugs. 7 bugs. 8 bugs. Not another bug to be seen. Do these drop sunlight medallions? They do. So, in theory, one could farm these to level up in the Sunlight Covenant without ever needing to help anyone. It's like actually not a bad thing, because if you're stuck in offline mode, that's the only way you can do it. It's not actually terrible. I'm thinking there's only going to be 8, because of everything. Anyway. Because we already got the Sunlight Maggot, is one of them. You know what? There's always one way to get past Titanite Demon. It's an unconventional method, but it's shown to work 9 times out of 10. Especially if you don't need Demon Titanite. And if you're like, where did you get this method from? This is known as the Boss Tutorial Zone method. Made popular by the Tutorial Zone boss. Hi. You thought you could sneak up on me, but you can't. Is it just me, or do these guys have like a really good like aesthetic? Like, I could see them in Doom. There's a lot of them. I was thinking, kind of a little bit of a look back on the year. All of the things that I've missed. Things that have changed this year, because 2020's been a year. And I just wanted to say a little random thanks to Faye, Anonymous, Laurel Vixen, and all the streamers, Smash Mangoes, Yuki, Heavy, all of them. Just for being good people. Having nice streams I could watch, kind of convincing me, giving me that push. Cat, Lady RPG, Dorito Man Dan, I could list streamers for hours. I don't know what this thing is. The sound, though. I don't know what this is. I don't like it. I have a feeling it would have grabbed me. Stuck me right in that mouth hole. I don't want to go in that mouth hole. I'm assuming that says liar because someone had a hidden message sign. Because the lols. The lols. I made someone who doesn't know to the game smack a wall. So funny. I have a fairly low level tolerance for trolls in video games and communities. I feel like... oh gosh, no. I got more of those sounds. How do I put it this way? Like, nudging, harassing your friends, that good old-fashioned tomfoolery, a little bit, like, it really depends who you're with. Like, there's definitely certain forms of entertainment that might be considered trolling that I would argue are completely fine amongst friends. Amongst people that you know and who know you and you know their humor. Like, that's fine, right? That's fun, whatever, you know, inside jokes, yada yada yada. Yeah, totally fun. But trolling random inexperienced players is like the just worst, lowest form of, I'm gonna say almost gatekeeping is what it reminds me of. Like, you're trying to keep people out of the community because they don't understand, and like, I don't get gatekeeping. Gatekeeping communities is how you kill them. It's how you get stagnancy. Oh, looks like we're going down. We're going down. I am now poisoned. Oh, that's not good. I can't heal. Oh no. I don't like being poisoned, it turns out. Okay. Why'd I get 1,000 souls? String Kinestis. Let's snatch some moss. Yes, I used the blooming purple because I panicked and I used the first one I could see. Okay. Aha! Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, but you didn't fool me that time. Can you drop down here? Bloop bloop bloops. It's the best sound in the game. I just have like these horror-esque memories though of getting picked up and shoved in that gullet. It's funny what you forget over 6 years. That's what it sounds like. And I'm here for these little blub blub blubs. They make me smile. Okay, well let's go over this way. Drop down here. This is nothing else to do. Okay, this is where I went around the first time. I got it. We're slowly making a map of this place. A little mental visual map of it all. So this leads us back up to the top. Is there nothing of value down here? I feel like there should be. Like... There's gloob gloobs down there. Not gloob gloobs, shinies. I just still have that gloob gloob sound. Oh, no, I'm stuck again. Yeah, I know. There's no way I'm gonna avoid being poisoned. We're out of ways to kill the gloob gloobs. Okay. Aw, it's awesome. My wife just texted me that our kid got a Triceratops half-toy. That's either a way down or death. I'm not sure I want to figure out which one it is. Gosh dang it. If I got a proper snail and tons. Sorry, I was just reading my text messages aloud on stream. Probably shouldn't do that. My kids got some cool stuff for Christmas. That's what happened. I risk it. I'm not sure if that was worth it or not. I'm gonna assume yes. I'm used to the much more straightforward, or at least straightforward in my mind, crafting system of Dark Souls 2. Go. How get out of poison water? Is only way out down? Because that sounds like death. Okay, this is definitely a different way than we've gone last time. Which means I can almost assume it's going to be at the top. away worth it method was recommended by 5 out of 10 doctors. Okay, I think that's everything. I think it was just lots of Titanite. Which I honestly probably could have gone without. I didn't get anything groundbreaking. I don't think I'm going to get... So let's be real here. Okay, let's take a look at this. Yeah, this one. Black Knight Greatsword, one of the best weapons in the game. Got it max +5, probably not going to switch it out. Wooden Shield, really good shield for its weight, probably won't switch it out. Pyromancy Flame, probably won't switch it out, because we're not getting the Dark Pyromancy Flame. I don't even know if that's in this game. Elite Armor, perfect. Havel's Ring, great. Ring of Favor and Protection, solid. Kind of geared out for the rest of the game, to be entirely honest. I'll sit up straight a little bit, see if that helps out. Not to complain about my back again, but I'm getting old. I've hit the age where sitting can be an athletic sport, an event. So for all you youngins watching at 26. Looks like this is the way we go. Be wary of Caster. My gosh! That is Chaos Firestorm. I would say two can play at this game, but I'm all out of juice. Should have known better, though. Be wary of strange creature. Is that a Pyromancy Flame? So catalysts are normally used for sorceries. It's got no fire scaling. And I don't have the requirement for it, so I'm not going to use it, but... I'm just trying to think why a Pyromancer would have a catalyst. For the funs of it? Not a secret passageway. Ooh, but there was a chest. And that chest is not a mimic. Chaos Fire Whip. Oh, is that the one I think it is? Well, we're only gonna find out if we try it. Well, apparently we're gonna go through this door, though. Wary of dashing. Uh-oh. Better chaos, here we come today. I forgot you were in this part of the fight today. Better chaos. I am not at all equipped to fight the Beta Chaos. I mean, I should have looked at that and gone, this is going to be a boss fight. Let's learn a little bit about the Beta Chaos. So we got two broad sweeping attacks. And I'm not sure if it's saying to be careful and not trying to dash through. Because if I remember correctly, the way to defeat the Bed of Chaos is underneath it. First off, Toon Magic. This Chaos Storm is great. Uses 80. Slots 2. What's this one do? That's a miracle. I don't use miracles. Chaos Storm wasn't quite good for what I was looking for, but I think I can't remember how good that is or how bad that is. Feels like it'd be pretty good for anything that's charging forward, but it really depends on damage. Let's do a little bit of testing this out. If I warp, then I have to run back here. Is this seriously not a closer bonfire than this? It's not, to be honest, it's not much of a setback if I go test this out somewhere else. Yeah, it's like the Firelink Shrine. Did I reinforce that one? Can't remember if I did or not. Sound's getting weird again. I gotta fix it when it does that. Because it gives me a headache, because it will only play sound through one ear. And it messes with my equilibrium. I got some inner ear issues. I got like 90 issues, y'all. Sleep issues, inner ear issues. Sleepy. Can I not talk to you? You useless reptile. You are a reptile, but you are useless right now. That's for sure. So it seems decent. I mean, I would definitely say better than Fireball. And being that it comes with more uses than Fireball. How many uses is that? Might actually not be as many uses as I think it is. That's when things get tricky. 80 sounds awesome. That's only like 4. It's the same thing with Chaos Firestorm. It's not as useful as you think it is. Up to 21 uses per. I don't. Here's the thing: is I think genuinely Chaos Storm would be the better option. Is there anyone here? this at least. Like, that's got some oomph, but it's kind of like a one-hit wonder. It didn't wow me enough. Not for the usage, the amount of spells that I lose. Like, I definitely probably use it over a couple other things, like if I leveled up my attunement more. But just not right now, it's just not... It's got the oomph that it needs for me to be like, yeah. You sell some pyromancy stuff though, don't you? No, you don't.
There is nothing to say to you, except you should be...
Is this only a one-use thing? It is. Okay. Well. Let's do it the good old-fashioned way. Should be able to get us at least an upgrade. Blacksmith! I'll go do the blacksmith too before we dive further in. Into this all. Last one. I'm gonna use that, but we're not gonna use it right now, so back to that. We're gonna use that to reverse hollowing.
Are you in well?
We use the pyromancy flame so much that it's like definitely worth upgrading. I do want to check out the blacksmith. Are any of these? It's like the Undead Parish? I have a feeling I know which one that is, but it's not going to be the one that I want it to be. Oh, it is going to be the one I want it to be. Perfect. Well, I think I know exactly who will be good for it. Yeah, I'm gonna... Okay. There's no reason to have it ascended, which is why I unascended it.
Don't get yourself killed.
Because the plus
Neither
6
of
has
it.
been bothering my OCD this whole time. So... There was no reason to upgrade this at all in the first place. I only did so because I'm a little bit of an idiot. Not an idiot, just couldn't remember what I was doing. Hello, Dream! Hello! You were the first person to break the silence other than a couple of bots earlier. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever it is. And Dan! Both of you at once? Oh, today just got the best possible day it could have been. How are you two doing? Merry Christmas. Hello! Good Merry Christmas. Oh, how are you? Ah, both of you here. It's good to see both of you. I am doing just some little bit of Dark Souls today. We've been doing a lot of wandering around. Your mom got me a Lego Stormtrooper helmet for Christmas. That's awesome. I'm an adult. I am a dad myself. So most of what my Christmas was, giving stuff to kids, getting stuff from my kids as much as I could. So fun to build. But my wife got me this, which is by far my new favorite thing in the world. It's a goat horn thermos. I'm a big tea drinker, so I can drink my tea. Keeps it warm. It's got a little wrist strap. It's got a full sash if I want to have it like full up, because I do Renaissance fair stuff and crap like that. So it's like a goat horn for that. And you can flip the leather cover around so I can set it on flat surfaces. So yeah, that was like my big Christmas gift this year. And lots of candy. My mom just sent me with tons and tons of candy and like a gift card. Because my mom's awesome, so I got some food. But yeah, my son's a little bit too young to fully enjoy Legos, but I hope to get him, as I was literally just about to move on to what I got my kids. My son's a little bit too young for Legos. He's old enough he can play with them supervised, but not unsupervised. And then my daughter is just a babies. So we got my son a wooden block castle set. Yeah, I love Legos too, man. They are amazing. I have the Hobbit hole. I got the little medieval village. Oh yeah, we got him a little wooden castle set. I think it's called My Land that we got for him. That was probably his big gift. We don't have like a whole lot of money, so that was kind of like the one big thing that we got for him. And then for the babies, we got a little, also My Land, but it was like a llama that you could like, it had like a little noisemaker and various things on it. We're heading to the giant blacksmith, by the way, because I think he's the one who takes the ember. Once I collected some, I have more space. The Stormtrooper one was nice because it doesn't take up a lot of space. Exactly. That's kind of my thing. Like, my Legos are mostly have been in a box because I don't have shelf space to store them. When I was working from home at my old house, I had the Hobbit hole on my desk, but I want to kind of get to the point that I can do it. I want to do some Lego building streams, but that's going to be like when I'm situated in a house and have a little bit of extra money. And I got the Cyberpunk tabletop game. Well, that's awesome. I don't really, yeah, we beat Ornstein and Smaug. We are not going back to fight Ornstein and Smaug. We are specifically going to the giant. If I never see the Ornstein and Smaug room again, it will be too soon. We got the Cyberpunk tabletop game. That's really cool. Again, I probably won't get Cyberpunk, and if I do, it'll be a long time after. But I love the Shadowlands Shadowrun. Sorry, not Shadowlands. Shadowrun tabletop game, which is Cyberpunk. Probably one of the OG founders of Cyberpunk tabletop games. If you haven't ever played Shadowrun, it's on my list of RPGs I recommend, tabletop RPGs. it's popular enough. Most people who are big into it have, but still, thought I'd just add it in. Probably don't want to get it till the bugs are fixed anyways. Yeah, I heard that. So I had this feeling. I don't know if I talked about this on stream. Everyone was hyping up this game, right? It was gonna be the new big open world experience, and I'm like, this game is gonna launch. It's gonna be buggy as hell. It's not gonna have all the features everyone expects, and it will probably eventually be a good game. But the release is gonna be a mess, and I just had this feeling that the release was going to be a mess, and sure enough, everything about the release went south. And then, yeah. There are a couple other things too. I heard about the development team that don't make me super stoked to give them money. I'm not gonna like shame anyone who didn't buy the game, but apparently there's some things in it and its advertising that were a little bit transphobic and stuff like that. And I'm just not too thrilled or eager to give them my money. We'll see if they kind of clean up either of those things. And maybe I'll give it a shot, but I don't know. I'm not one for shaming people for buying games, but I will base my decision on if a company's doing something or done something I don't like. And apparently CD Projekt Red had a couple comments and things they did for the trans community, which I'm not part of, but I want to support them however I can. Any marginalized community. I'm a white guy. I gotta try to do what I can to help other people out. It's at least the way that I view it.
You come, Highforge, shiny, get shot forge when more comets.
Well, I got both of you here, if you're both still here. I thought he was the one that I give this to? Is he not the one I give this to? Is there a third blacksmith that I'm forgetting about? There's a blacksmith in the catacombs? Does he do Vamos? I've never met the blacksmith in the catacombs. I beat through the catacombs last stream. I beat Pinmill, moved on, past him, got to Giant's Tomb, and then said no thank you to Giant's Tomb. Tomb of Giants, I should say. He's close to Pinwheel. I mean, I have to go back there eventually to do Tomb of Giants, so I think I do at least. You know what? I'll go back and I'm gonna go there now. I'm kind of at this I don't quite know where I should go next point. Like, we've already bumped into Bed of Chaos once today. We took the... Oh, I have another question for you guys. But, like, took the shortcut, got to Bed of Chaos, died. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to Bed of Chaos right now. Where's Homeward Bone? That's what I'm looking for. Do you know... Because both you and Dream are awesome at knowledge on this game. I don't mind Bed of Chaos. The run to Bed of Chaos, if it's from the current bonfire I know of closest to it, it's a bit of a pain. But it doesn't get me as angry as Ornstein and Smaug does, because I can kind of stand back and breathe a little bit. And any boss I can stand back and breathe on, I'm okay with. What was I gonna say? Oh, the shortcut to save Solaire. If you've done the shortcut once, it saves him. Right? I got the Sunlight Maggot, I've already traded it for the ring. Solaire is safe now. Right? Or do I have to beat Bed of Chaos first? If you got the maggot, you're good. Okay. That's what I wanted to be sure about. Okay, I'm talking really loud right now, so sorry if that volume transfers for whatever reason. I'm like, project your voice. Okay, where do I want to go? I got people here now. Let's do a little bit of a vote. Should I go try to fight Beta Chaos, or should I go try to find the blacksmith? Or, third potential option I've been considering is go muck about in the Undead Asylum. This is why the stream title got named the way that it did. Because I don't know what I was doing. I kind of like stumbled upon the shortcut. I'm like, I remembered that I had to follow routes to get to the shortcut, so I just kind of kept wandering around. Undead Asylum would be worth it. Would it be worth finding the blacksmith first? Because the catacombs aren't too bad to deal with. Undead Asylum would be worth it. Should have a huge time with the Stray Demon. We'll do that then. We'll do that then. What time is it? I don't... I think what we're going to do is actually the blacksmith. And the reason why I'm going to do the black... Are any of... By the way, are any of these close... This is the closest one in my mind to both Undead Asylum and Catacombs. Is there one closer to Catacombs that I'm missing? Because, like, I'm going through all of these, and none of these are closer to the Catacombs than this. I think I'm going to do the blacksmith first, because that should take me less time. It's just a short jaunt through the Catacombs. Because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to stream. Because I've already been going for about an hour and a half. Okay. We will go do the Catacombs. Sleepy boy. We gave him the Lord Vessel. We're doing the light playthrough. I think Dream was there for that. This blacksmith is actually the closest bonfire to Pinwheel. Okay. Well, I don't have that one. I kind of got frustrated a little bit. This isn't worth killing all the skeletons. Because I couldn't find the last necromancer that was kind of rezzing him in that last room. And so I just kind of got to the screw it point. I just did run some jumps. You can thank Dream for me being at all decently equipped now, though. Dream convinced me to use a better sword and switch out the Necromancer, Pyromancer robes. We also got Endurance up, so now we got the fast roll with these on. So, there we go. This is the Black Knight sword. I've been holding on to this since I got it, like, originally. I think it's from the first Black Knight I killed. I've just been holding on to it all game, but I never used it. And then Dream was like, it's one of the best weapons in the game. And then I'm like, I'll give it a try. And then it turns out it's everything that I wanted in a weapon. So here we are. Like, to be entirely honest, with the exception of maybe the shield, I think my loadout's kind of set for the rest of the game. Or, like, if I get some better pyromancies, obviously, but... I mean, I'm just one-hitting through these skeletons, so... definitely feels like they might not have balanced them the absolute best. I will agree with that. I kind of feel like it works, though. Oh, how do I put this? Like, okay, so here's a little thing about Dark Souls 1, and I know I've, fast enough. That's true. That's true. I hadn't thought about that. The wooden shield's just got a dragon on it, and I love dragons, so. The red against us with a broken drop chance is very low. So here's the thing about Dark Souls, and I've voiced my opinion on this before, and I think both of you have been there for this. Dark Souls 1, while most people argue is the best of the Dark Souls, I do disagree to this statement. And the reason why is I love it. All the Dark Souls games are some of the best games. You never told me to use it. They're all some of the best games, and it's really hard to put them like above each other because they're so much better than like most other games out there, in my opinion. Or at least I enjoy them more. Because let's be real, any video game being better than another is all opinion and preference. Like, there's nothing. There's very. You can make a bad game, but you can't necessarily make. I don't know if I'm making any sense. There's ways to not make a game, but if you do your best, like beyond that, any game's a preference thing, right? As long as the game's been decently made. Dark Souls 1 is the hardest of the three, I would, in my opinion, and it's also got a lot of rich lore and story, but it's not the best made. And you can kind of tell that they put a lot of love and a lot of passion into this game. And what I think is right at the end, and this might be like, if you look this up, I wouldn't be surprised, but I can't confirm this. I have a feeling it got pushed to development at the end. There are some quality of life and polish and balancing things that just aren't in this game, but are in any other From Software game. And I might just be a little bit more partial towards noticing this, because I do QA, quality assurance. That's what I do in real life. If I could do quality assurance for video game companies, I would be like the happiest man in the world. I do QA, I do troubleshooting, I do tech support. That's like been my whole life and career. And so when I'm playing Dark Souls 1, it's like this weapon wasn't potentially quite balanced, or this boss is a little buggy, or the clipping here is a little weird, or Blight Town is FPS in the original version was nightmarish. Like, there's a lot of things in this game that you can just tell. They don't break the game. The game still plays just fine. But it just doesn't have that extra little bit of polish other games have, and other From Software games in particular have. Which is why I prefer Dark Souls 2. And I can't really weigh in Dark Souls 3 as I haven't played through it fully. So I feel like any kind of opinion there would be not quite fair. But it's part of the reason why I prefer Dark Souls 2 is it's just a little bit of a better polished game. The other games in the series messed up a lot of quality of life and interesting game design that DS1 had. And this is maybe to clarify, because I might be thinking of the same thing. Most of the issues are budget caused from software so small back then. That's probably also a very valid point. I just feel like this game, again, either funding was didn't have quite the attention to detail. I feel like the story and lore in Dark Souls 1 had a little bit more heart. I think Dark Souls 2 was really, really good. In terms of story, it was still good. I feel like it didn't quite be as... It was somehow more unique, but also not close enough. Like, it didn't quite know what lane to be in. It's probably Dark Souls 2's weakest point. It didn't know whether it wanted to fully be in its own game, or whether it wanted to be an echo and a callback, and it kind of got into a weird spot where it wasn't independent enough, but it also wasn't close enough. And a lot of people probably disagree with me on that one, but that's... Level up in every bonfire, like just like, huh? And this is difference too when I'm saying quality of life. I'm not talking about quality of life like being able to level up at every bonfire. I'm talking quality of life like frames per second. Is this clipping area? Are you gonna bug out through walls? There's less bugs in Dark Souls 2, in my experience, in Dark Souls 3 and Sekiro and Bloodborne, than Dark Souls 1. I'm more referring to bugs. And I think some of those bugs and imbalances in Dark Souls 1, which would have been anchored out with just some extra QA time, which is... budget would make sense, but the reason why I said rushed is the first thing game developers cut out is QA. Cyberpunk. a QA team is seriously underappreciated in the video game industry. But in kind of Dark Souls 1, I just feel like there wasn't as much like, let's look for bugs, let's look for clipping, does this work like it's supposed to? And one of the other things too, and I think this is kind of a feature, but certain things feel like they might not have been features. Like killing an enemy, completely locking out. Like if you accidentally kill the blacksmith, you're locked out from the blacksmith. And that's a really cool mechanic, and it makes Dark Souls unique, but it also feels a little bit like Undersight in Dark Souls 1. Like they didn't necessarily balance that out, because someone new to the game can lock themselves out from an arguably crucial mechanic, which makes the gameplay unplayable for someone inexperienced. And for me, kind of from a QA mindset, it's like that's a bit of just a bad game design choice. Hello, Yuki! We're just talking game design in Dark Souls right now, and I'm sharing my semi-unpopular opinions. But I also should clarify, too. I think that this game is, when I'm complaining about something that I view as S-tier, top-quality game design. Like, this game is the epitome I think other games should strive to be. So when I am nitpicking things, we are talking nitpicking minuscule details of what I think is a very well-made game. Yes, but from attacking, but not from killing. That's what I was kind of meaning when I said that. And that's why I kind of says it feels a little bit like Foresight, is because they have a way to fix it if you don't kill him. And a new player isn't necessarily going to know that they need to run away and rest at a bonfire. And this could have been a design choice, but it also feels like it could have been a lack of QA foresight in the how do we fix something department. I do like it, actually. I just wish... I like it a lot, and I think it's part of what makes Dark Souls unique, and part of its character comes from this. I just think it to me, it feels more like a bug that became a feature than an actual feature, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah. You definitely think it was a design choice? Yeah, it very well could be. Knowing from software, it probably was. It was just, to me personally, it felt like it was... And it might even have been like that in-between moment where they designed it and then they said, oh my goodness, this is amazing, we're leaving it in. Like, that could totally be possible, too. Just to me, it reads as an accidental discovery more than an intentional choice. But again, I'm nitpicking things in very, very minute details. We're talking, this game's an S tier. I'd be giving it extra credit points if I had to grade it. I have to find things to nitpick for this game from my personal choices. I can definitely understand why other people might not like it, but I have to find things intentionally to nitpick them out as a flaw. Like, they're just not inherently there. And something else, like from Dark Souls 1 that I wish was in other Dark Souls games, is the liquid humanity. I feel like Dark Souls 2 was a little bit polished. Dark Souls 2, I think, was better polished, but it was also a little bit polished down. Right? Things like the humanity system being simplified. I do love the hollow meter of Dark Souls 2, though. Where you gradually go hollow. I much prefer that over Dark Souls 1's true-false system. Like, it's just the binary 1-0 system, where you're hollow or human, and there's no in-between. I like Dark Souls 2 kind of gradual descent, because it makes it feel a little bit more like a push to be human, or choice to be hollow, and it's kind of got some cool mechanics that I think use that a little bit better. And the PvP in Dark Souls 2, which is the weakest point of Dark Souls 1 in terms of bugginess, Dark Souls 2 really cleared up its PvP game, to the point that even me, as a non-PvPer, enjoyed it. Which is another one of the things that I think why I personally prefer Dark Souls 2 a little bit more, was that it made me, as a non-PvPer, enjoy PvP. Yeah. The killing NPCs thing, though, is iconic, and I would absolutely not change it. And it does feel like an intentional game design in any later Dark Souls. Dark Souls 3, I haven't played it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Is it the Dragon Covenant? This is where I started just running through everything, by the way. Just because these guys get on my nerves, because I can't find the Necromancer. This area. We'll do a little bit more looking around this time, though. Also, I have yet to kill a Titanite demon this game, I will say. So if I'm here, by the way, let's hide around this corner. If I am here, where do I need to go to get to the blacksmith? Is it through the door behind me, or is it towards the Titanite demon? This is where I know the first one isn't too hard. It's not that I don't. It's not that I can't. It's that they haven't. They are very easy to run past and avoid. And I don't need the Demon Titanite. So it's much more one of those, like, it's just not worth dealing with this fight right now type things. Is this the way to the blacksmith? Or is it the other way? Hello? The other skeletons, leave me alone. Covenant ahead. Well, I think we'll take you out then. I don't quite have time for a video right now, but we'll just kill this guy and then see what's this way. We're gonna do some exploring in the catacombs for now. Come on! Give me... There we go. See, again, that's what I was saying. It's not lacking the means, it's just lacking the patience. First Demon Titanite to deal with, right there. What Covenant's ahead? Oh, I already ran past him to grab the whatever item. Wasn't this the Sigil Ring? You have to jump in a certain spot from a bridge. Okay, I think I might actually know which spot you're referring to. Well, let's see. I've done a thorough explanation this way, because this is the way that led down to Pinwheel, if I remember correctly. Might be another way, but that's the only one you remember. Be a Necromancer, I just can't quite find them. You still there, Yuki, by the way? Oh, 1 second. You came to chat while I wait for Christmas presents to download. Hello, Yuki. I am so sorry that you got kind of caught up right in. I think I said hello to you when you first jumped in, but a little bit of a shout out to you. Yuki is an amazing person. One of my kind of like original people who's always been sticking around here. Shout out to Yuki. Is it that one down there? Well, this is how I got down to him. If Yuki's still there, she is awesome. Shout out to her. Always enjoy having her in the chat. I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas, Yuki. It sounds like you're waiting for your Christmas present to download, and a Christmas present having to download is usually a good thing. That means it was a video game. Might be another way, but okay. Still the same chat message. Oh, 1 second. Let's get my chat back up in here. There we go. Now I'll actually be able to pay better attention, because I'm not checking on my phone. You're still following me. You're determined. I'll give you that. Actually, I might have a really brilliant dumb idea. Are all the skulls gone? Are there any more of you guys here? I actually got, if you are familiar with it, the game Hades for Christmas, and we will be doing a blind playthrough of Hades. We're gonna be doing a blind playthrough. I've never played it before. I'm intentionally waiting. My wife has requested that I wait till she can catch the stream, but we will be streaming it. Just again, it'll be my first. I think my first blind playthrough because I've played every other game. There's one way to deal with the skeleton, even when they have a necromancer, and it's called dancing. Anyway. It is, from what I understand, it's like top 10 game of the year for most people, which is part of the reason why I'm really excited to play it. I have watched a very little bit of it, not enough to enough to know a little bit about the gameplay, but not the story. Kind of just enough to, well, realistically know it would be stream safe. So, and even better, shout out to the developers of that game, because they have it on their website where they expressly give you permission to stream the game and music in your recordings and VODs without issues, which is not as common as it should be in today's society. You know? And that's because certain companies think that they can DMCA video games, that it's not going to make them look like terrible Nintendo. I got another beeps. Just gonna chill out down there. I've already been in this room. I wish I could find out where the frickin' necromancer was that kept raising these skeletons up, but I mean, I did eliminate them as a problem now. Technically. Technically, the problem was solved. I more probably just made it a problem for future Tada, but future Tada can figure it out. I did use all of those. Oh, yep, Titanite Demon. I was like, where did I use those on? Titanite Demon was it. There's another skeleton here normally. Did he just yeet out of existence? Oh, I got what's happened. I never went this way. I think I realized what's happened, because I never went down this ladder. I dropped down that hole. And then shortcutted my way to Pinwheel from the other bonfire. Dragon Quest, and I'm loving it a lot more than expected. I have never played any of the Dragon Quests, but correct me if I'm wrong, that is not the... Okay, we're gonna have to get in this the old-fashioned way. Come on! I got stun locked. I waited too long, and literally all of them came in. There was a Black Knight there. There was everyone. That's okay. Now I know what to do. And you see, because 7,000 souls is nothing, and I've got nothing to lose, we're going to take out that Necromancer. And we're going to do it the good old-fashioned way. this is how I beat Pinwheel. By the way, how I got to Pinwheel. It was just this way. Because I figured it worked, but now that I know it's this way, this should be a pretty easy takedown of the Necromancer. Just because I got this back. It won't be so fun once he's gone. I'll say that much. I don't know why I had that pulled out. I'm just really gonna buy the game right now. It's almost done. Well, that sounds good. Glad you're almost past the really grindy part. Or you're in the really grindy part. That's okay. I like grinding, to be honest, like in my own personal games. Oh, and here's the skeleton wheel spot. And that's kind of, again, quality of life stuff that I'm referring to with Dark Souls 1. Like, it happens in any game, but it's one of the few things I've noticed happens in this one more than Dark Souls 2 and 3. At least, again, from what I've noticed and my personal experience, which may or may not be right. Something to do in the background. And yeah, that's kind of my favorite time to grind, too. You know, put on a good show. We're gonna have more friends coming, so we're gonna run out this way and take them out quick. I was so proud of myself for shortcutting past all of this. And now here I am just doing it anyway. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Spinny Wheels and the Black Knight were a bit much to take. So he's right next to here, but you don't think you can get to him without going through the other way. Okay. Well, there's one other spot that comes to mind when you say jumping off of a bridge. And that is... right here. Yep. You said jumping off the bridge, and I'm like, I think I know exactly where that was. Okay. Don't know where you came through, you little nugget. Hello, Favorian! Did you use channel points to get him? Yeah, you had to, because you're still not... I'm like, I don't think you got gifted a sub, but I'm glad you got him for a day. Hello! For those of you who don't know, Favorian's my wonderful wife, and the one who helped me make the Santa hat emoji, which we are keeping up until the end of January, because I love him. And we can let the Christmas spirit spread a little bit longer than normal, and that's the Christmas spirit of caring for people and thinking about, you know, the poor and not capitalism and buying things. The actual proper Christmas spirit. Is it this way that I have to go? Like down the stairs stand? We're trying to find a blacksmith in the catacombs. Keep going down. So, you actually don't have to jump to get here. This stairs leads up to, this, like, central room. Just random bit, I know. Because Because I went up when I jumped through there last time. And then I'm like, oh, it must be going down. Go to the bottom of the stairs and drop. Whee! So for Favorian, because I don't think you've caught the other stream that I did yesterday, which is a little bit shorter. We basically went through the area that I'm in right now and killed the easiest boss in the game, who's known as Pinwheel. He's a 6-armed skeleton with 3 faces. Probably they is the more appropriate one. They are a 6-armed skeleton with 3 faces. And he dies in like 2 hits. Yet is somehow a boss. Do I drop down again? Drop down again. I don't like that. Why? Okay, we got this Cthulhu-esque.
Be gone with you.
Oh, you're friendly.
You spoil my focus.
He talked. He's a friend. I'm sorry I called you Cthulhu-esque then. Anyway. Also, his voice was brilliant. I liked that voice for him.
Why? Is that an ember from New Londo? And a fine ember it be. What'd he say? Why not leave it with me?
Yes,
I'll give you a flame to feast your eyes upon.
yes, you can have it.
Yes, very well. We'll get these old bones to work.
Am I repairing all of my armors and weapons for no reason? Yes, I'm OCD. Been OCD about that since, OCD, wrong phrase, shouldn't use that one. I have been very focused on that since, I had a whole broken weapon incident in Blighttown. You can catch it in one of my earlier streams. But yes, Vamos is underrated. I don't know him. I have played through Dark Souls before, and I think I entirely missed him the first time I played through. But Skeleton Blacksmith, he sounds like a friend. He's a thick boy. Like, yes, he's got a beard. Everything about this aesthetic, man. Also, this is a random to-dog complaint here. Why are all skeletons naked? Like, I know you really want to show that they're a skeleton, but in my opinion, I think Undertale is one of the only games that comes to mind when skeletons are wearing like armor and stuff. 'Cause like, even if you're all bones, armor's good. Like, armor good. No need to run around naked. And this applies like to like skeletons and women in traditional fantasy. Like, let them have armor. And Dark Souls gets this with women. I actually like a lot of the armor choices that they have available for women. They're not perfect. They do have their women stereotypes for fantasy stuff. If you've played Dark Souls, Quelag, the Fair Lady, Guinevere, they got that for those kind of gamers. But like, if a female character puts this armor on, to my knowledge, it actually looks like, still looks like viable armor, and doesn't magically turn into a chainmail bikini. They don't need clothes. Like, they don't need it for the modesty's sake, but like, I'm mostly referring to armor. Like, why wouldn't you wear armor? Because like, if I was all skin and bones, I'd probably go around clothesless too, because clothes can be annoying. But like, why no wear armor? It's a pet peeve of mine in video games. Like, yes, it's heavy, but then like, wear a brigandine or padded cloth or something. Minimize the amount of damage you take. Anyway, rant over. He seems like friend, though.
I'm here to smith, not to chit-chat.
Yep, he's a friend. I like him. Oh, he does fire. A fire wooden shield is actually not too bad. No, it's terrible. Is it worth... So you have to upgrade it again? So, my thing was, because if I'm modifying this, it starts from level 1 again, and I don't care too much about the drop in physical attack, because it's a shield. Yeah. Is it worth leveling up the shield? I didn't think there was any benefit to leveling up a shield, because the stability increase isn't, like, terribly much.
That'll be all, then be gone with you. You'll spoil my focus.
I kind of wish I could upgrade the sword. Yeah, for the Bed of Chaos. Are you still there, Favorian? I will be doing the DLC. I died. You're still there. Well, I know where he is. I got him the Ember, and I don't need to worry about him right now. So let's go do Undead Asylum while we're here. Because we can. Well, there we go. We'll go do Undead Asylum because that can give us some souls to improve the shield. So I used to have it up to +6, but I thought there was no point to doing it, and I actually downgraded it to +5, which sounds like it wouldn't be worth it, but I did it entirely for OCD purposes. I can tell that they're OP.
I am. Is it some?
Something urgent? I want to feed items to you. Oh, why? What's feeding those? I want to feed you stuff I'm not using for souls. Actually, let me do that after I do whatever it's called. Undead Asylum. There we go. Oh, I was going to check something. I just remembered. Pigs in a blanket are pretty darn good. I usually don't eat beef and pork because it doesn't sit well with my stomach, but I love turkey sausage. So one of my favorite things to do is it's something that's not difficult to explain, but occasionally I meet people from America. They're very common outside of America, but a lot of Americans have had them too. But a sausage roll, where you take, they're just kind of like a holiday staple in England, where my nana and granddad are from. But you basically just take sausage, and you just roll it in puff pastry, and then bake them, and they're delicious. But you do it with like a turkey sausage, and it's so good. I was going to have it now and later, but I'm sure that will be absolutely not amazing. So we're just going to have some Jones carbonated candy, which aren't half bad. Getting hungry right now. I just ate, so I'm not too hungry. Anyway, hello Favorian. I just wanted to... the reason I asked if you were still here is because I love you. And I wanted to say that I love you, because I can say that on stream. And it's been a little bit since you caught a stream where we had people. Yuki was in here not too long ago. I don't know where she still is. And it turns out the game that I got is one of Dan's favorites, so he's really, really excited for me to do a blind playthrough on it. When I can. PanCon Polo yesterday, which was the best. That sounds really good. I know how to get to the asylum. This is not me not knowing where I'm going. This is me not paying attention to where I'm going. Because I'm paying attention to chat and thinking about chicken. I'm a very, yeah, no, you're good. I'm a very conflicted person, because I kind of wish for, like, the fact that I wish meat didn't taste good, but chicken tastes really good. And I don't know if anyone gets that, but it's like the struggle of my life. I also don't necessarily think that, unpopular opinion potentially amongst some people of similar ideologies to me, I don't necessarily think that there is something inherently wrong from a logical standpoint with eating meat, because almost all creatures consume other creatures to survive, with the exception of like the most base level of the environment. But I do strongly oppose most conditions in terms of factory farming and such. Like, just because we're going to eat the animals does not justify making their life bad. So, there's a hot take from Tada, because Tada is caffeinated. I just don't like the argument of you are a terrible, morally corrupt individual for eating meat. Because it's no different than, like, lions and tigers and bears and bacteria and, like, so many things. There's even plants that eat animals and other plants, and mushrooms biodegraded. Like, it's just kind of one of those things about life where life consumes to live. I mean, like, even science, like, we're getting philosophical here, and I apologize to y'all, but, like, your body is not one organism. You got so many things living inside you that have their own little ecologies and everything, the flora and the fauna of the gut. That's why probiotics are a thing. And it's like, life is so much more vast than people realize, and this natural cycle of living, growing old, dying, and then decaying, and things eating you and growing from you, it's just kind of like the whole cycle of life thing. We're getting a bit hippie in here, and I apologize, but like, that's kind of how things do. Bonfire still here? It is. I just realized I never rested at the previous bonfire, so I was like, I need to get to this one pretty quick. Anyway, isn't it that I like stand in the middle here and it falls? I jumped down there. I got distracted. Had too many things to focus on. Yeah. You go eat. You go enjoy your food. This is a very easy boss to throw yourself at repeatedly, though, so we're just gonna do that for a second. are you doing, Favorian? Are you back at home? Are you at your grandparents still? We had a whole talk earlier about being COVID safe, how like it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be stuck. Basically, I did the explanation that, you know, you were at your parents' or your grandparents, but that's because they're kind of just in your bubble. So we don't really have a private bubble at the moment. Ah, I should have rolled to the left. It's okay. I'll figure out his pattern. You also missed me earlier kind of talking about how cool your grandpa is. Basically the literal embodiment of a cowboy. At least that's how I view him. Versus my dad, who just really wants to be a Viking. Or my granddad, who's the quintessential English tourist. You put him in a pair of Panama shorts and a floppy hat. My granddad is too flower. Are you in the chat, Favorian, to verify that? My goodness. This guy hits like a freight train. Side sweep that casts a ball of, I want to say it's almost fire. That I'm really struggling to get past. The one he does into the ground isn't too bad because it's just get clear of him. So I gotta know when he drops the first, I gotta roll off to the side. Because he will double hit that. I timed that carefully. What's that? Why do only emails come through at this time of night? It's about figuring out the moveset. I didn't get into my head there per se, but I was like watching him, and it was like I got like At 5 Estus flasks because it was an unkindled fire thing, whatever you want to call it. Wow, I just came back and saw you win. Yeah, look at my health. And my Estus. And my fire orbs. Oh my goodness. I'll take it. I'll take that little victory. Take the little tick there. Not a hard fight. He just hit harder than I expected. Very, very easy to watch pattern. Like, he's kind of in that category that like a lot of Dark Souls bosses are, where there's just a pattern. You figure out the pattern, you're good. Got a humanity for it though. Yeah, that's agreed. That's the hardest thing is that little. Because it's like I dropped in and I'd pop an Estus right away, and then it was figuring out the AoE on those two. I'm gonna call them fire attacks. Like the one where he stabbed it straight into the ground. Figured that out pretty quick. It's just back away far from him, and if you could get behind him, you were even easier. But the one that tripped me up was the sweep one, because you couldn't. The area between him and the sweep was no longer safe. So you had to kind of navigate back behind his leg. Here's the ladder. Now, we're probably going to die with whatever we have to fight next, because they never put bonfires, like, right after bosses. Here we go. Is there anything at the beginning? Oh, there is something at the beginning. And something tells me this was a nope, nope. This was a nope, to nope, to nope, nope. Nope, nope, to nope, to nope. Climb, climb, climb like you've never climbed before! You beautiful armored man, you. Okay. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. How many humanity do I have? Can I kindle this sucker? No. Nope, I can't. Okay. Well, I feel comfortable taking down a knight of his caliber with full health and Estus flasks. Oh, I was like, oh, I wonder if there's anything. So here's the thing. I should have known that there was going to be. The knight is the hardest thing. You don't gotta kindle. I'm assuming that was going to be isn't the hardest thing. And no, these guys aren't. The hardest thing about them is they usually have decent fire resistance with that shield up. But I mean, I got another Black Knight sword. I got this one from the first one of them that I fought. Oh, he is the hardest thing. You don't gotta kindle. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. They're not the hardest thing. I beat the, oh, peculiar doll. I can't remember what that's used for. But it feels significant. Isn't that one of the starting items you can pick? I feel like it's one of the starting items you can pick. I think so, yeah. I picked the pendant. Most useful item in the game. Hi, friend. friend. Oh, I remember you. For a second, I thought you were just a really high-rendered phantom. This is quite the situation we find ourselves in. And I'm actually a little sad. Yeah. I knew he was here, but I forgot that he was here. Like, I didn't know that he was in this area. Like, I thought he was, Also, I never realized that this is the armor that he's wearing. Are we just gonna do this all day? Your kick is not getting through my stamina. There you go. I'm like you with a better sword. You will be remembered for setting me on my original journey. Fair night. I can almost beat him. Is the crest shield good? I'm actually curious now. I mean, obviously the stability's an improvement thing. Because if I remember correctly, improving the weapon improves stability. It does drop me down to a medium roll. I think that's a slower roll than what it was at. No, it might actually be the same. Only one surefire way to test. Five rolls, full stamina bar. Back. Five rolls. This is very unscientific, by the way. It felt slower. It's definitely slower, but just, I think, slightly? Or am I going crazy? That feels like it's not as fast. Maybe it is as fast. What do you think, Dan? I'm not noticing a significant deduction, and I'm kind of thinking about swapping out shields. Seems the same, right? I think my mind is antiquating it with being slower, but it's not. Because, like, I'm timing it, and it's timing the same, but my mind is telling me it's slower. And there's not a very minute difference. It's a very, like, tiered system, if I remember correct, right? Like, you're either very fast, medium, or slow, and then basically the flop. If I'm remembering this correctly. But I'm trying to figure out Dark Souls versus Dark Souls 2. Again, Dark Souls 2 is my strong point. That's when I actually know what's going on. And then I say that I'm going to know nothing when I get to Dark Souls 2. Yeah, but there's not, like, if there's not a gradual difference, then I'm assuming it's got to be the same. Because it's just not a significant difference. Do I still have the other shield? There was one other shield. Did I put it in my bonfire? I do have it. It was this one for the stability. But I think I just gotta use the crest shield, which is just a almost all-around general upgrade. Especially now that I'm past, like, Ornstein and Smaug are probably the one boss where I would say that extra lightning mattered. And yes, I am aware of Gwyn and Seath. I just don't feel it's going to be enough of a difference for them. But Ornstein and Smaug it is because of that stupid lightning spear and the AoE lightning drops. So, like, for them, I'd say it is, but it's not Gwyn and Seath. It's a bit of a moot point. So I am going to swap out the shield. All of this was just for me to decide I am swapping out the shield. Yeah, that's the thing. It's both Gwyn and Seath. It's lightning's not as concerned. And Bed of Chaos extra fire protection. Extra fire protection is, generally speaking, a little bit better in this game when it comes to if I'm going through Lost Izalith and a couple of the other areas. I mean, I think Quelag's probably the more well-known fire enemy, but then the 100% physical, that's, yeah. As long as we upgrade it to where that stability's a moot point, it will be an improvement. Also, it looks nice. It doesn't look bad. Like, look at that. Let's get the fire here. Beautiful little shield. I will say, if you know anything about actually making medieval weapons, the shield, I don't believe it's meant to look fully metal. It might be. If it's a proper shield, they're all gonna be wood. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's the DLC boss, right? Or a DLC boss. So here's the thing, I have not done the DLC. So once we get to the DLC, we are going to be doing blind playthrough. So there is that. Yeah. Alright, if I have done... I remember nothing about the DLC, so that's basically a blind playthrough. Okay. Let's bottomless box this again. Okay, that can go in there. Getting rid of anything that I'm not going to directly hold on to. Just because it annoys me otherwise. Oh, this is a random question. The Izalith Catalyst is a sorcerer catalyst, right? Like, I saw it, and my mind was like, Izalith Catalyst mean Pyromancer? And then I'm like, no, that's not right, but then I couldn't remember otherwise. Yeah. That's what I thought, but then I just couldn't remember. And I was like... Probably do ourselves some feeding of what's-his-face in a second. Okay. Oh, I can reinforce weapons here. It's a Twinkling Titanite shield. That's good to know, because I know where I can get more of that. That does mean I think it only goes up to like +5 though. If Dream's still here, Dream can tell me. I don't know if Dream is still here or not. You might be able to tell me too. But Dream was the one who convinced me to switch over to the sword, and I think it's any special weapons only to +5. This is the second thing that I was curious about. Yeah, that's a medium. Maybe. The question was, because this takes Twinkling Titanite, it can only go up to +1, or +5, right? But the stability is already better than the other shield was at +2, so I'm assuming they'll improve faster. Also, is there not a way to two-hand a left-handed weapon in here? Or is the light crossbow only one-handed? No, there's gotta be a way to do it. Because in Dark Souls 2... In Dark Souls 2, you press and hold Y. And it does it. yeah, there's not a way to do it. That, like, ruined my entire build plan on this character. Well, we'll still throw it in here for now, to be a bit of a snipey weapon if I need it. So in Dark Souls 2, I'll put a crossbow, usually a crossbow, maybe a bow, in my offhand, so that I can basically then pull it out to aim. Yeah, no, I don't do glitches. It takes too much time to remember how to do them. Not a moral, ethical thing. Just takes too much time to remember how to do them. How do you switch bolt types? Do you remember? I can't remember. Oh well. Let's get back to exploring under the sign for a little bit. My battery's getting low. Just FYI to everyone, probably not going to be streaming too much longer. Just going to be doing a little bit of last exploration. Here, I think I kind of what I got through and all that stuff. I've already been streaming a little bit longer than planned. Oh, ball's back. One of you in here last time. Let's practice a little bit of a parry. Is that really what that whole thing was for? Because I doubt that's much use. Not a bad item to have, but I got really excited for it, and it wasn't what I thought it was. So we ended up roll down there. Oh well. Let's rest in a bonfire. Let's head back to let's go improve our shield real quick. And then I'll probably wrap the stream up there for tonight at the least. luck. Need humanity. Can't take this. All good things. Oh, here's another question that maybe you know the answer to, Dan. The Covenant of the Sun. For the Covenant of the Sun, in order to join, you need 20 faith, but the cost requirement to join drops 5 faith per boss, at least from what I understand. However, it's still not giving me the option to join, and I've definitely killed more than 5 bosses. What counts as a boss in that instance? That's kind of what my question is, just because it's clearly not what I consider a boss. Oh, it's referring to this way. That what they're saying. Okay, it's the Sunbro Covenant. If that helps. Because I say Covenant of the Sun or Sunlight Warriors, and people are like, huh? It's the Sunbros. Okay. But you're not too sure either way, probably. I was just clarifying as well. Because I think I said the one people aren't as used to name-wise. Let's see. Takes 2, I'm assuming 2, 4, and then a 3. So I'm gonna assume I need 9, which I probably don't have the full amount I need for. Yeah, because he's expensive. But I can afford 2 of them. So bolts. Don't have that. I'm not too worried about that right now. Let's just reinforce it up to a +3. Yep. And then we need a lot more from there. Homeward bones are underappreciated. Probably not. I underappreciated them for the longest time. We're gonna warp to Daughter of Chaos because next stream we're going to head into Lost Izalith. Shortcut pathwise. Alright, and here's where we're going to wrap up for today. Let's go back to the main menu. How many viewers do I got? My phone's about dead, so it might not tell me. I got 5 viewers. We'll do a little bit of a raid then. Do a little bit of a raid, see what we got going. Oh, any suggestions, Dan? Heavy streaming, Poppy streaming, Utroid streaming, Rack Helmet streaming. We've got a couple good people here. Mikey Plane's on. Oh, maybe I haven't raided Mikey Plane before. Apparently I'm not following Mikey Plane, and that's a sin. And he's playing SpongeBob. He's got 13. Mikey's a good choice. What's Heavy doing? 1 second. I know who he is. I'm actually surprised I'm not following him because I've chatted with him quite a bit. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and raid Heavy. Mikey's a great streamer. Feel free to hop over to him. But Heavy's only got 1 viewer right now, so I want to share a little bit of love to Heavy because he's another good streamer. He's playing Heroes of Hammerwatch. I'm not terribly familiar with the game, but it looks to be a nice little RPG. It's all pixely, and I love pixels, so we're gonna go ahead and give him a raid. Before we go over and raid into him, though, I just want to say thank all of you for joining me on today's stream. Have a Merry Christmas. It was a fun little Christmas stream. All of y'all are some wonderful people, and I just hope you have a wonderful rest of the night. Happy holidays. Get ready for the good new year, and hopefully 2021's better. Bye, y'all. Remember, you're always welcome back.